The hunter, Kale, lay trapped, his leg twisted at an unnatural angle beneath a heavy rock. Snow fell relentlessly, blanketing the jagged crevice he'd fallen into. The cold was a physical entity, seeping into his bones, stealing his strength. His rifle lay just out of reach, a useless metal stick. Despair began to set in as the world faded to a blur of white and grey. He was alone, and the mountain was an unforgiving tomb. Suddenly, a shadow fell over him. A massive grizzly bear stood at the edge of the crevice, its dark eyes fixed on him. Kyle's heart hammered against his ribs. This was it. The end. He fumbled for his sidearm, his fingers numb and clumsy. The bear was a giant, its fur thick with snow, its breath a cloud of steam in the frigid air. It took a step closer, its sheer size blocking out the dim light. Fear, pure and primal, coursed through Kyle. He could do nothing but watch as the colossal beast began to navigate the treacherous rocks, descending into the hole with him. He squeezed his eyes shut, bracing for the inevitable. The scent of wet fur and damp earth filled his nostrils. The bear's heavy breathing was the only sound besides the howling wind. It was a terrifying, intimate proximity. But the attack never came. The bear stopped a few feet away, its head tilted. A low rumble emanated from its chest, not of aggression, but of something else. Kale opened his eyes to see the bear staring intently, not at him, but at the mangled leg pinned by the rock. A flicker of confusion crossed the animal's intelligent face. It seemed to be assessing the situation, its predatory instinct replaced by a strange, focused calm. In that moment, the bear's gaze met Kyle's, and a memory sparked in its mind. A memory of a different time, a different pain. It remembered a small, terrified cub caught in a metal trap, crying for a mother who never came. And it remembered the gentle hands of this very man, working tirelessly to set it free. The debt was old, but the memory was as clear as the winter sky. The bear circled Kyle, its massive paws surprisingly gentle on the snow-dusted rocks. It nudged the large boulder with its snout, testing its weight. A soft grunt of effort escaped its throat. It was clear now, the bear wasn't a threat, but a potential savior. Kyle watched in stunned silence, the cold and pain momentarily forgotten, replaced by a profound sense of disbelief and wonder. This creature was trying to help him. Its intelligent mind was clearly at work. The bear paced around the confined space, its gaze shifting between Kyle's trapped leg and the surrounding environment. It was searching for a solution, a way to leverage its immense strength. It pushed against the boulder again, this time with more force, but the rock was too heavy and awkwardly positioned. The bear let out a frustrated huff, its warm breath misting in the air. Suddenly, a new sound cut through the wind. A low, menacing growl from above. A pack of wolves, sleek and hungry, had appeared on the ridge. Their yellow eyes were fixed on the vulnerable pair in the crevice. They saw an easy meal, a wounded man and a distracted bear. The alpha, a large grey wolf with a scarred muzzle, snarled, its lips curling back to reveal sharp teeth. The pack began to descend. The grizzly bear didn't hesitate. It spun around, placing its body between Kale and the approaching threat. A deafening roar erupted from its chest, a clear challenge that echoed off the mountainside. This was no longer just a rescue, it was a defense. The bear stood its ground, a furry wall of defiance, ready to protect the very man it had every reason to fear. Its loyalty was now a weapon. The wolves, emboldened by their numbers, fanned out, preparing to attack from multiple angles. The bear lowered its head, its powerful muscles tensed. It was a primal standoff, a battle of wills set against a backdrop of unforgiving nature. Kale could only watch, a helpless spectator to a fight for his own life, waged by an animal he once would have hunted without a second thought. The fight was a whirlwind of fur and fury. The alpha wolf lunged, and the bear met it with a powerful swipe of its paw, sending the wolf tumbling back into the snow with a yelp. The rest of the pack swarmed, their teeth snapping. The bear became a maelstrom of claws and roars, its massive body a fortress protecting the injured man. It fought with a ferocity born not of hunger, but of duty. Kyle watched, his heart pounding. Each blow the bear landed was a strike for his survival. He saw a wolf latch onto the bear's shoulder, and the great animal roared in pain but did not falter. It shook the wolf off violently and pushed another back with its immense head. The snow around them was churned into a chaotic mess, stained with flecks of blood. The air was thick with the sounds of snarling and combat. Despite its strength, the bear was outnumbered. The wolves were relentless, their pack tactics wearing it down. A deep gash opened on the bear's flank, and its movements became slightly slower. Yet, its resolve never wavered. It kept the wolves at bay, ensuring none could get past its formidable guard to reach the helpless hunter. It was a display of courage that defied all logic. With a final desperate surge of strength, the bear charged the new alpha that stepped forward, bowling it over and scattering the remaining wolves. Intimidated and having sustained their own injuries, the pack retreated. They vanished over the ridge, leaving a wounded but victorious guardian behind. The bear stood panting, its sides heaving, its fur matted with blood and snow. It turned back to Cale, its body trembling with exhaustion. It let out a soft, low sound, a mix of pain and reassurance. The immediate danger had passed, but Kyle was still trapped, and his protector was now wounded. The bear limped back towards the boulder, its mission not yet complete. The bond between them, forged in violence and memory, had only grown stronger. As the bear caught its breath, a new shadow fell upon them, larger and more ominous than before. From a high ledge, a creature of myth descended. It was a snow leopard, but one of impossible size. Twice the normal length, easily 4 meters from nose to tail, its powerful frame rippling with muscle that suggested a weight of nearly 500 kilos. Its pale, spotted coat was a perfect camouflage against the snow. This was no ordinary predator. It was a legend, the ghost of the mountain. Its icy blue eyes, ancient and intelligent, surveyed the scene with cold indifference. It saw a wounded bear and a trapped human, a perfect opportunity. It let out a chilling, guttural hiss that was far deeper and more threatening than any normal leopard's call. The air grew heavy with a new, more potent sense of dread. The grizzly, though injured and exhausted, rose to the challenge. It stood over Cale, a defiant guardian refusing to yield. The giant leopard stalked forward, its movements fluid and unnervingly silent for a creature of its size. It was a dance of titans, a clash between raw power and mythical grace. The bear roared, a sound of pained defiance, while the leopard answered with a low, rumbling growl. The ensuing battle was brutal and swift. The leopard was faster, a blur of white and grey, its claws flashing like razors. It struck at the bear's existing wounds, exploiting its weakness. But the bear's raw strength and sheer determination were formidable. It absorbed the blows and retaliated with crushing force, using its weight to pin the leopard down, even for a moment. Finally, with a desperate heave, the bear managed to land a powerful blow to the leopard's head, stunning it. The ghost of the mountain, perhaps realizing this fight was not worth the cost, let out a final, frustrated snarl. It disengaged with incredible speed, leaping back up the rock face and disappearing as silently as it had arrived, leaving the two companions in a stunned, blood-soaked silence. With all threats gone, the silence of the mountain returned, broken only by the bear's heavy breathing. It turned its full attention back to Cale and the boulder. Gathering its remaining strength, the bear positioned itself, digging its claws into the frozen ground for leverage. With a mighty groaning effort, it pushed against the massive rock. Slowly, agonizingly, the boulder began to shift. Cale felt the pressure on his leg lessen. He pushed with his free foot, aiding the bear's monumental effort. With a final coordinated shove, the rock rolled just enough for Kyle to pull his mangled leg free. He cried out, a mix of pain and overwhelming relief, He was free. He scrambled back, leaning against the rock wall, cradling his broken limb. The bear collapsed onto the snow, utterly spent. Its wounds oozed and its body trembled from the immense exertion. It lay there, watching Kyle with those same intelligent, calm eyes. A profound, unspoken understanding passed between them. There was no fear left in Kyle, only a deep, soul-shaking gratitude. He looked at his savior, a creature that had risked everything for him. After a long moment, the bear stirred. It slowly rose to its feet and walked over to Kyle. It then did something extraordinary. It lowered its body to the ground, its head bowed in a clear invitation. Kyle understood. With great difficulty, he pulled himself onto the bear's broad, furry back, clinging tightly to its thick fur. The connection between them was now absolute, a bond sealed in blood and bravery. Slowly and carefully, the great bear began the long journey out of the crevice and through the deep snow. It carried the injured hunter on its back, moving with a steady, rhythmic pace. Man and beast, once hunter and hunted, were now companions, heading towards the distant warmth of home, a living testament to the enduring power of empathy and a debt repaid in full. Your support means the world. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button. Your subscription will help me bring even more amazing stories like this. Let's build this community together.